Do you feel lost when it comes to negotiations? You're not alone. If you know your way around a negotiation table, there's no stopping you. You can negotiate for better prices with your suppliers, new hires and existing salaries, contracts with sales prospects and long-term clients, and lower overhead costs in general, leading to higher profit margins and more capital to scale your business. Negotiation is a particular skill that is exceptionally high paying. Sadly, the majority of business owners aren't born negotiators. Even successful entrepreneurs will fester wanting when it comes to being an ultra-negotiator. Welcome to Summit Scale, where entrepreneurial leaders come to learn how to grow their small businesses into mid-sized companies. Negotiating isn't about getting what you want or giving in to what the other party wants. It's not an either-or situation. It's about having both parties walk away satisfied. To allow for this progress to happen, there are 6 important negotiation skills to get the majority of what you want. Number 1, be clear on your negotiating goals. This seems pretty obvious, but the majority of business owners show up to the negotiation table without a clear-cut idea of what they want to achieve at the end of the day. And this mistake can cost you millions. To be clear on your negotiating goals, you have to know the answer to 3 questions. Oh, and a tip here, don't share the answers to number 1 or number 2 at the negotiation table. This is strictly for your eyes only. Number 1, what's the best possible outcome? Is it that you get the price down to under 30,000 or that you lock in a 3-year contract? If the stars were to align, what would you want to see happen at the end of the day? The second question is, what is the least acceptable outcome? What is the least acceptable offer you are willing to accept? Anything beyond this line means you would walk away from the table. And number 3, what's your plan B? What is your best alternative to a negotiated agreement? Essentially, what you're doing is creating your alternatives, your plan B or even plan C or D. The stronger your plan D, the stronger you will be in the negotiation. Number 2, develop a core negotiation strategy. Core negotiation strategy is all about finding the doorway that you want to enter the negotiation through. David Finkel, who wrote the book Scale, provides a good example of this. One of his clients, Lorraine, had a particularly interesting negotiation challenge that she was faced with. She owned the 6,000 square foot commercial building that her company operated out of, as well as an acre of land that it was on. But the city wanted to take out an 8-foot easement on the front of her property, which would have killed her parking area. Her initial strategy prior to the negotiation was going to be to tell the representative from the city planning department that this easement adversely and unjustly affected the value of her property. But the problem with this was that a city planner might not be especially concerned about the value of her property. It turned out that one of the reasons that Lorraine thought that it lowered the value of the property was that she had a lot of big industrial trucks that came in and out of her property with huge equipment. If the city took that 8 foot of property from her, the trucks would have to back into the street every time they wanted to get in and out. So she was able to go to the negotiation table with a plan. Instead of entering the negotiation through the doorway of fairness, she went through the doorway of safety and liability. She explained to the city that it wasn't safe to have the trucks backing into the street and it would create a lot of liability for both her and the city. She successfully negotiated with the city to keep her full parking lot and easement. Number 3, get to know your negotiation personality. When it comes to the negotiation table, your personality is going to play a part in the proceedings. Are you someone who speaks softly and is easily intimidated, or are you someone who goes in hard with a lowball offer? Do you tend to fixate on a price or one key variable in the negotiation, or do you have a strong creative vision to craft a solution outside of what most people see? Are you more a by-the-number person, or are you more about connecting and empathizing with your negotiating counterpart? There is no right or wrong answer here. The key is to to being a skilled negotiator is understanding the style that you naturally gravitate towards and understand the strengths and limitations of your negotiating personality. Over time, this awareness is a key step in developing greater negotiating range and flexibility. Number 4, put yourself in the other person's shoes. You know why you sat down at the table. Why did they? Ask questions about that help you understand their drivers and that build their emotional motivation to do a deal. And number 5, speak slowly and softly. Manipulate your voice to sound more reluctant and unenthusiastic about the proceedings. When it comes to negotiations, there is almost always an eager party and a reluctant party. The most skilled negotiators always play it cool and force the other party to be the eager side. And number 6, use reluctant body language. An eager party is tense and leans forward with their feet underneath them, ready to pounce. Do the opposite by sitting with your feet in front of you, your body at a 90-degree angle, rounding your shoulders. This will give off the subconscious vibe that you aren't eager to make a deal. Don't leave money on the table. These 6 strategies will help up your negotiation game and get to richer, more profitable deals. If you'd like to experience a free complimentary coaching session with me, go to www.summitscale.biz/consult and book a call to see if you qualify. I'm Shane Spears of Summit Scale. See you next time.